Today I'm going to show you how to fix your Hisense 55H9G if it has any of the following symptoms. Storage running out error message, TV turns on but shuts itself off before it can initialize, you lose control over the TV, it won't respond to buttons or remote unless you unplug it, TV initializes but shuts off shortly after, which is today's problem at about the 58-second mark. All of these faults are commonly caused by a defective mainboard. Now unfortunately they're no longer available for sale, so repairing them on a component level is the only option left. Let's go ahead and remove it out of the TV and take a closer look at it at our workbench. If you're not sure how to remove it, I've already made a video which you can check out in the description below. The reason all these symptoms are caused by a defective mainboard is due to memory corruption. So the software might have just corrupted itself, or the memory chip that holds the software could have failed on a hardware level and caused the memory corruption. The memory chip in question is located underneath this heatsink. So the reason that these memory chips can fail is due to the limited amount of programming and erasing that can occur to each block. Inside the chip are tiny parts called cells. Every time data is saved or changed, those cells get programmed and erased. But each cell can only handle that so many times before it wears out. Let's say about 1,000 times. To make this easy, imagine a 1 GB chip has 10 cells and a 2 GB chip has 20 cells. The bigger chip has more cells to share the work, so it can last about twice as long if everything else is the same. Now, not all chips are the same quality. Some better chips can handle up to 30,000 program and erase cycles per cell. So even if a chip is smaller, if it can handle way more cycles, it could last much longer than a bigger, lower quality chip. This chip is an SK Hynix H262M41204HPR. Now, I checked the datasheet online, and for this specific eMMC, there is no information regarding its exact programmability erase life cycles, so it's hard to find a proper replacement that would be of better quality. Now, we do have an alternative option to extend the life of the original eMMC, which we'll discuss later on in the video. But for now, let's go ahead and focus on the removal process. We'll flip the board over, remove the heatsink by pinching the two plastic clips, and we'll remove the shroud and bring our mainboard over to our rework machine. The rework machine is going to heat up the circuit board from the bottom and the chip from the top simultaneously until it reaches the solder's melting point. The reason we use this machine is because the eMMC chip doesn't have pins on the sides, but instead it sits on an array of solder balls. This is typically referred to as a ball grid array, BGA for short. We just reached the end of our rework profile, which means the solder should be molten and the chip ready to lift off. We've installed our chip into a specialized tool that will analyze it, and it looks like it's flagging an issue. It says the chip is near its end of life, which would explain why it's starting to fail. If we look closely, it has life estimations for SLC and MLC. SLC, single level cell flash memory, stores 1 byte per cell, offering maximum endurance up to 100,000 program and erase cycles. It also offers superior speed and higher reliability. MLC, multi-level cell, stores 2 bits per cell, providing higher capacity and lower cost, but it has lower endurance, between 3,000 and 10,000 program and erase cycles. Below, it also says pre-end-of-life information urgent, which indicates we definitely want to replace this chip. Now let's compare it to a brand new identical chip. And as we can see, no red flags. Between 0 to 10% of life is used, which is expected. Now these chips are blank and need to be programmed in order to work properly with the TV. The software is not available as it is Hisense's intellectual property. We got access to it simply by downloading it from a good working chip off of a working board. Now while the chip is programming, which will take a few more minutes, let's start prepping the board for the new chip. We want to remove any and all of the original leftover solder. We add a bit of flux to help with better flow, then use our desolder wick to get the rest. We want to have a flat surface without any residual solder, otherwise the replacement won't attach properly. The replacement chip already has the new solder balls attached on the bottom side of the chip. So all we need to do is clean up the board with some isopropyl alcohol, add a bit more flux for good flow, and ensure the new chip attaches properly. If you have a defective mainboard that you would like to send in for us to fix, we do offer the flat rate services, which come with a 1-year warranty. Those are available on our website, which I'll link in the video description down below. And now we let the machine do the rest of the work. The easiest way to extend the life of your eMMC chip is to not reconnect the TV to the internet and minimize the use of internal apps. Using a Fire Stick is our recommendation to access all of your apps and ease the workload off this chip. If you found the video helpful or useful, make sure to leave us a like, subscribe for more content, and thank you for watching.